Hello everybody, my name is Barax, and I've been told that I make some decent animations, and I wanted to share with you guys what I use my animations with. So, we're going to start with some figures, because that's the most important thing that you're going to need for an animation. Now, I have these figures, as you can obviously see. Now these, don't use these for animations. Like, let's take this Godzilla figure. Hold on my breath. This is what he can do. He can move his arms, not bad. He can move his legs and his head. And that's it. No tail movement, that's it. All these characters have very minimal kinds of, well, articulation. Very bad. Now, let's move into the better figures. So, let's start out with the figure that appeared in one of my first animations that I uploaded on my other channel. This is my Godzilla 1954 Godzilla from NECA. Now I'm going to start with the NECA figures because they're the affordable version. This thing cost me around like $34 or $32. I got it like, I think I got it like Target, was it? Yeah, I think Target. This guy is very much a decent figure. He has some movements. He's got a nice ball rotation on the sides, a couple like little things over here, and then this part right here, which is a giant wire tail, where just wires on the tail. But that's this figure. It's got a decent like a stare. He has a nice stare at you. He has a decent. Honestly, this is one of the better figures, and honestly, it's not bad. And it has something that none of the SH Monster Arts figures, which is the more expensive version, has. His hands move like that. Not bad figure. Affordable $32 Godzilla figure. Not bad for figures. Next, we're gonna move into my second favorite figure from NECA. Sneak peek. This is Godzilla 1962 from Godzilla vs. King Kong. Now this Godzilla figure has not appeared in a video yet at the moment. Now, it probably will because it's a nice figure. I love it. And one thing that this thing came with that very little SH Monster Arts figures comes with, an atomic breath piece. It fits right into his throat. Look at that. Look at that. He starts spinning. It's pretty nice. Quality figure. It's got a bunch of joints in the tail, which is more than some figures that I can say have. And honestly, I'm excited to use this at some point, because it's a nice figure. The back is pretty nice. It cost me around like $32. These got more expensive. I'm going to stick that in there for a little. No, King Caesar fell. How dare you, King Caesar. So let's put you back there. We got an old one, and then this is my second favorite. Now we're going to get into my third favorite and second least favorite. The NECA Shin Godzilla. Now, the Shin Godzilla is, the paint job is pretty nice. Like, if you take a look at that. Okay, so you might not be able to see on the camera, but for me, there's a little bit of red in the sides. Now, on the back, they went a little bit crazy on the back. A lot of red, and it just cuts off here. But, honestly, can't be picky when it comes to these kinds of figures. This thing is cheap. And, honestly, something I never expected was, look at this. It's got ball joints and stuff in the tiny, tiny arms. Now, this one has been in one video. I expect for it to compete in a couple more, but the main reason why is because look at this tail. I can't fit it on the screen since it's all the way back here. And the door's going to start messing me up. But the main problem with this guy is the fact that his tail is so sad. Look at all these areas they could put in an articulation point. I can't speak. But look at this. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5! This one has 9! And this thing doesn't come with an atomic breath piece. You have to get a repaint version with a different face. But honestly, for a couple, like, I think this one was about 30 as well. 32. Not a bad figure. It's gonna, you can wave. Hello. And not bad. I wouldn't say it's my absolute favorite, but now we're getting into my least favorite, and Don't buy this one. Ever. Ever. Unless you're going for what I went for, don't buy it. The NECA Godzilla GMK figure. Look at this piece of junk. It's a repaint for Atomic Breath, and that's the whole reason I bought this thing, was because it came with this, which doesn't even fit into his mouth, like, at all. This thing doesn't fit in his mouth at all. So I'm gonna have you spit in it. It fits into his mouth better than that's what the guy came with. That's just sad. But this figure, so let's get into the main problems. The legs are crappy articulation. This thing, the repaint is just gross. I don't think it was really worth it. I mean, I like the hands. They look okay. Like, I don't mind these hands, but not good for an animation. Or these things are used for displaying and stuff, but this thing is not a good display figure either. So the main problem I have with it, can't look up. It can look down that much and look up this much. What is this? It can't look up. And I can't get it to look up in any way. Like, look. It's on his tippy toes. And he can't look up. Which one? He just bent his back backwards. It doesn't go back. I mean, guess you get that. But that's not much. It's not like this guy who can look all the way up here. He has to fire his breath down, which is just stupid. And, ready? For storage. The tail comes off way too easily. Doesn't snap on. These two right here, Shin Godzilla in 1962, I both had to dump the tail in some warm water so it could loosen up the plastic to make it fit on better. And I know I shouldn't have to do that, but at least these two stay on. This guy can't stay on. I wish I had to do that to make it stay on, but I can't. I have to do that every single time. If this guy appears in a single animation, then that was lucky. Because this guy is, hold on just a second, I'll make that. This guy is so annoying to work with. The only reason I bought this guy, if you can spend $32 like me for this piece right here, go ahead. Just don't buy this guy for the fact that it's a figure. Buy the SH Monster Arts figure. It's so much better. It can actually look up. I mean, the design isn't even that bad. It's just the fact that, like, the actual sculpt is really nice, but it just doesn't work. Get out. Oh, my fan okay? I hit my fan. I don't give a crap about the figure. It can go screw itself. But, yeah, get these figures. If you want a good Godzilla figure, these are good ones. If you don't want to spend a couple $100 on something. Because, yeah, the ones I'm going to be going into right now are pretty expensive. Except for the couple, like, special ones. Figure. King Ghidorah, why would you do that? And yes, I have these guys. They aren't very much. You can find them at Walmart if you want to get those. But now we're going into the very Japanese expensive toys. Not toys. No, these things aren't even toys. These are delicate collectibles. I use them for animation, and that's why I have them. Nothing else. I don't play with them anymore. Because one of them may have a reason for that. But we'll go into let's start with my least favorite SH Monster Arts figure. Gamera. My Heisei Gamera SH Monster Arts figure. Now, I got this guy at a reasonable price, like $81. I'm actually wondering, $81? That's way too expensive. This is really cheap for an SH Monster Arts figure. These things come straight from Japan. They don't sell anywhere else except for Japan. But this figure right here, I got it for a reasonable price. It should be around, I think now you can buy it for $200. I got it for $81. And it came with all of this. A bunch of accessories. This is a stand for him, a couple like replacement hands for wings. He's got a fire hand and a flying back. This guy has a flying form that it comes with. And these pieces are attached like right here and stuff like that. And honestly, it comes with a stand, it comes with accessories. $81, this thing should be worth $200, especially with accessories. this thing is super cheap. And you know what? I mean, the articulation is not that good. Like, look at these arms. This is wide, this is short. Not bad for arms. His head can look all the way up, which is great. He can look all the way down. Perfect, great articulation. I wish GMK could do this. And the legs. Not very much. You move them too hard and they fall out. But just put them back in. They'll stay put in. But it's got a nice little. There's the tail for it. Not bad. Wouldn't say amazing. I mean, it's not bad for a giant turtle figure. Honestly, not bad. Not a bad investment. Now, we're gonna get into the one that you guys have seen so much of. My Godzilla 2000 figure. This baby. Yep, it's this baby. And I've had this guy for so long. And I bet you're wondering, if you've had him for so long and he's been in so many videos, why isn't he your favorite? I'll get into that. But this is why you don't play with these things like toys. And the tail is missing parts. He's missing a hand. I think you might be able to see it, but like right there, you can see a tiny little hole where one of these spines is supposed to be. This guy has gone through a war. This guy has lost so many parts of him. I found the hand and I was able to put it back on. He originally lost 2 hands. If you go back to, I think, Godzilla vs. Shin, he's missing both of his hands instead of just this one. And, yep, it's not a bad figure. It can't look up, which is my main problem with it. But this thing can, hey, oh yeah, he can look down, really far down. He's got decent articulation. The tail has so much articulation. And honestly, so let's go into all the other things that this guy comes with. He doesn't come with anything. It's just him. And that's the main reason why I bought GMK, was to get this piece to shove in his gullet, so he can spit it out. I mean, nowadays, I bought the Godzilla accessory kit with a bunch of military pieces that came with this. And honestly, so far, this one works for a lot of figures. It fits into the mouth quite well. It can be tipped up without falling out completely. It fits into Gamera's mouth pretty easily. Well, not easily, but it's got a... I gotta make it stay in there for a second. Hold on. Look at that. It stays in. It's not bad. And it looks good. It was not cheap. At least $100. Not even expensive as Gamera. It was $100. It came with a bunch of military things. And, hold on, let's just put that right there. Not bad figure. Not bad at all. If you want a decent Godzilla figure, this one's great. Honestly, it's got a great... it's so good for movie making and other things. If you want to spend $171 or about $200 on this guy, go ahead. You can get a cheaper one on eBay. But, yeah, it's pretty expensive. It's an SH Monster Arts figure. What did you expect? Decent paint on the back. This is the recolor, actually. They're supposed to be, the edges aren't supposed to be white. They're supposed to be pink. But, not bad for a figure. And they're supposed to look like this, which is kind of pinkish, but they look white. But now we're getting into the good figure. I'm actually gonna put the bag next to Gamera. We're gonna take out my best SH Monster Arts figure by far. Type the Bandai Kiryu. Mechagodzilla 3, whatever you want to call it. This thing is a boss. It is so nice because, well, first of all, let's go through what it has. This thing was around, I got it cheap, like 171 instead of the 200 that it usually should be. Let's see what it has. It has the rockets back here, move up and down, and they can also be turned, so they can go left and right. Good. Movie accurate. I like it so far. It has, its mouth opens up pretty wide. It can look up that far, look down that far, and this part comes off so you can, and that's right, accessories! It comes with a ton. It comes with a jetpack booster on the back. I'm not going to go through that all. You can just look up a picture of it and you'll probably find it. Put that right there. This thing has, so you take this piece, the head off, Like you take off the eyes and put on different ones, like red ones. Its chest opens up. You probably know this because I use it a lot. You can take it off. And this is real die-cast metal. It's cold. It's heavy. It feels nice to hold. It opens up, and you can replace this part with a destroyed version, which you guys have really seen. I like to use it. The arm has a point as a destroyed version. The thighs, hell yes! Look at this. Hold on, I gotta actually. Hold on, sorry. Well, look at that. Just like the movie, it has little boosters inside the thighs. On both of them. And this is movie accurate, by the way. This is completely realistic. Nice figure. It's got heavy feet. The feet are die-cast metal as well, so they're heavy. Probably one of the heaviest parts besides this piece on the figure. And they have a infinite ball joint on them, which means they can go pretty much anywhere, more than as much of a real human foot and more. So it can balance itself like that. Hold on, I'll do it better. There you go. Like, this guy can't do that. Right here, he can't do that. This guy can. And honestly, it comes with a bunch of accessories. Oh, Godzilla. A bunch of accessories. And honestly, it has, the back has little things that you can pop out. So you can place on the back of this cannon at the back. Honestly, easily my best SH Monster Arts figure. So nice, so good. Also, see, not gonna be risky with most of these guys, because this paint, most paint will be chipped. This paint is chip resistant, which means that's why I'm so proud of it. It's so good. And yes, this piece works well with it too. It fits. Oh, I gotta get upside down. Boom. Fits right in. Look at that. Look at that. Fits right into the mouth. And I can go into some more about it, but honestly, I got this cheap, and you can probably find a good price on eBay. But nice figures. Easily some of my best, and I love using them. And that's why I continue to buy them. By the way, if you want Godzilla enemies, don't go for NECA. NECA doesn't have any, except for the new ones from the Godzilla King of the Monsters movies. Only SH Monster Arts makes those kinds of figures, like Mechagodzilla. They don't have one of these in King Ghidorah. NECA doesn't make those characters. Only SH Monster Arts makes good characters. But now we're gonna get into some figures that I've used in movies that aren't either of those, and these are gonna be two, and I have one special at the end. We have Kragger. Now this is from a a dinosaur hero swap game. What was it called? Like, they had a bunch of them. This was the Spinosaurus, and the feet look a lot different because I stole them from an Ankylosaurus toy. That explains why the back. This guy should have a neck that's all the way like out here, and his legs should be a lot longer. But I got what I had, and I made this figure. And actually, it works pretty good for animation. It's pretty sturdy. It's got some nice balance to it. And honestly, I don't mind using it. Might use it again at some point. And then we have, let's do it, Baragon. So freaking cute. Look at this face. Is he not just adorable? And honestly, I remember this one being like $100 something. This is from Revoltech. They made some guys like Anguirus. They've also made Mogira, the old version of Mogira, the old version of Gigan. They basically take what they can get with Godzilla. Anything that's not already made, they'll take and make, and it's great. This is the only well-articulated Baragon figure that you can get on the market. Besides, like, vinyl, like these guys, but no one wants those for animation. So let's go. So first of all, it has a movable mouth, like it should. Its arms can move. It's got some nice stability in the arms. You can do that, and you can make it bend like this. And then it also has the ears articulate. So this is what he looks like when he's going underground. He'll dig underground, and yes, he can dig. That's the main part about Baragon. That's the whole real reason why his only good part is the fact that he can dig. But honestly, though, this thing, any kind of Rebel Tech, will come with accessories. So far, what I know is that most Rebel Tech will come with accessories, which is something neither NECA, like this guy came with trees, a horse, a house, and a collectible coin, which I believe I still have. Hold on a second, right here. If I just flip it off. There it is, Rebel Tech, like a collectible coin. I don't know why I want it, but I just kept it for some reason. I don't actually ever use it. And that's these two. Not bad. They fought each other. That's just funny. And now we have some sentimental figures that I don't use for animation, but I just want to show off. We'll start out with a collectible that I have all the way up here. You can barely even hear it, can you? The Godzilla Chibi Collector's Kit for 4+. They have all these characters. My brother has Godzilla. My brother has Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah. I have these two. I used to have him. I no longer have him, and I no longer have the original versions of these two. But I came across these two at one point, and I decided to buy them because I remember having these figures. I didn't know anything about Godzilla because these were when I first discovered Godzilla. Yes, these two are one of the reasons why I'm into Godzilla today. Destroya and Gigan. Beautiful figures. I'm not going to open them because I want them to be nice collectibles. Now, we're going to get into my first ever Godzilla figure. That's right. Mechagodzilla. Now, this Mechagodzilla figure is the Chibi Mechagodzilla. They had a Godzilla version, but I didn't buy it because I just thought this one looked cooler. And I remember, where did we get these guys? Toys R Us. Rest in peace, Toys R Us. You are always going to be in my heart. You're the reason why I'm into Godzilla today. Now, when I first got this guy, I was looking at this guy, at the 1954 figure. I was like, that's what Godzilla looks like. My brother was like, yeah. And yes, I have a brother. But my brother, he knew all about Godzilla. And I liked Godzilla, so I thought he looked cool. So I bought a couple of the figures. And my brother, he bought a movie pack. And that movie pack contained a bunch of Showa-era movies, including the first one all the way to the last Showa-era movie. Not every single Showa-era movie, like Son of Godzilla. But I think Godzilla's Revenge was in there. And that's the worst Godzilla movie by far. And the first one I ever watched, I begged Alex, because I saw Terror of Mechagodzilla. And if you look at this guy, I knew they were the same thing. Mechagodzilla. I thought, well, I want to see Mechagodzilla, because I think he looks cool. I watched the movie. It's still, Titanosaurus, Godzilla, and Mechagodzilla are still so, oh my god, I still have the disc to this day. It was such a nice movie, and it's one of the reasons why I'm into Godzilla. Let's put these two away. My sentimental, collectible figure, and Mechagodzilla. Now, I think that's going to conclude this video. You got to see what best figures I use for my videos and why I liked using them. That's why Kiryu is on most of my videos. And that's why that version of Godzilla is most of the time used, because he's my best. Godzilla. And that might change soon. Wink, wink. But that is going to conclude this day's episode. I'm trying to get time, so I had to make a quick video like this one. I'm not going to edit it at all. So, we're just going to call this an episode. Sorry it wasn't as good as some of the other ones I have, but this will have to do for now. But I'll repay you by giving you an awesome animation next week, because I'll be getting a new figure. See you guys!